Put your mind at ease. In the Navy. Come on now, people, make a stand. In the Navy. Get your Navy ahead. In the Navy. Come on, protect the motherland.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to The View. All righty. So why did we walk out to that in the Navy? What a great song.
Why did we, Joy?
Because we walked out to that Village Classic in the Navy today because it is the 242nd birthday of the United States Navy.
Yeah.
And I have a personal affection for the Navy. You know, Fleet Week was special. And my daddy was in the Navy. I have a picture of him. There's my father.
What's your daddy's name, Joy?
Lewis.
Wow.
Lewis, there he is. And
My father,
Daddy?
obviously my father, my
John McCain?
grandfather, my great-grandfather, my brother, but I love that we both have military dads.
Well,
My parents, I'm more of an Air Force girl, but military nonetheless.
I've got Navy and Army.
Some
so.
Wait,
We have everybody with
military.
the Coast Guard represented here, I
You gotta
think.
get one.
yeah. I thought your father's Air Force. I thought.
Oh God, don't say that.
I'm sorry.
We would take that very
My
seriously.
parents met in the Air Force.
No, but your father was a Navy guy.
Yep. Yeah,
Did you ever
Navy.
consider joining the
I
military?
did, but again, like both my brothers, Army, Navy, Marines as well. So it's amazing. But people should know that about you. It's awesome.
But everybody knows that Senator McCain was captured by the Viet Cong during
Yes.
the Vietnam War. But it's a very important thing in our American history that he was
hero.
captured. He's a hero.
Keep it light on Friday with that. Yes.
Yeah. But he also was offered to be released, and he said, I'm not leaving my men behind. And that is the same John McCain that Donald Trump made fun of and said, I prefer heroes who are not captured.
Yeah.
Imagine that. And he still won the election after that. That was really amazing to me, that he could still win an election after he said that about your father.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, isn't
Somebody within his own party.
it? In this country who's so patriotic and we love the military so much, to get away with that. Anyway,
Well,
another
I'm
former...
not disagreeing with
Yeah,
anything.
well,
you
Happy
said.
birthday, Navy.
Thank you. Happy birthday to the Navy.
So
Back to you, Navy.
So another former military man, Chief of Staff John Kelly, held a rather strange press conference yesterday, saying he's not the next one out the revolving door in the White House. Watch this.
I would just offer to you that although I read it all the time, pretty consistently, I'm not quitting today. I don't believe, and I just talked to the president, I don't think I'm being fired today. And I would tell you, this is the hardest job I've ever had.
Okay, this is his hardest job. The man did 3 tours of duty in Iraq. It was easier for him to handle Saddam Hussein than it is to handle Donald Trump. So I have a list here of all the people who were either fired or quit. It's an enormous list. And it's like Steve Bannon, Anthony Scaramucci, Reince Priebus. What is that anyway? Is that like a skin disease? My Priebus is itching me. Sean Spicer. I mean, the list goes on here.
Well, I thought it was important for him to say that when he talked about, I wasn't brought in here to control the president, and so don't judge me by whether I am controlling him. I thought that was an important distinction because I'm one of those people that's like, why isn't anyone telling him sometimes when he sounds like this or he does this? And I kind of put that on anyone that's close to him.
But what was interesting in that statement is he also said, I was brought into this job, I was not sent in, brought into this job to control anything but the flow of information to our president.
So he is controlling the message.
So he's controlling the message that gets to the president. So what is he doing? Is he turning off Fox News? Is he ripping apart
That's
Breitbart? I mean, I'm just sort of
You mean is
wondering
Trump
what he
just
means.
getting news from the Times? I doubt it.
But General
What
Kelly
does that
is
mean?
an American hero by anybody's standards and a certifiable bad blank. I don't know what I can say on daytime television, but he's an absolute hero and incredible, well-respected within the military. And by all reports, he's brought a lot of stabilization within the White House. So that's why I always thought the idea of him being fired was probably someone maybe internally trying to start drama, because we've seen, yes, there's a ton of turnover in the White House thus far, but Sarah Huckabee Sanders seems to not be going anyplace. You have Hope Hicks in as communications director. There hasn't been
Kellyanne's not going
turnover.
anywhere.
Exactly. There hasn't
And if
been
you've
turnover
noticed,
since
the
then.
leaks have seemingly stopped really since
Yes.
he took over as chief of staff. What really stood out to me, and you heard just a part of it,
in that soundbite where he says that this is the hardest job he's ever had, but it's the most important job. It's not the best job he had, which he attributes to, you know, being a general in the Marines. But that just goes to show his time in the Marines, his sense of service, his sense of duty to this country is usurping everything else. He's staying in this job because he's a man of integrity. And I don't know about you, but I feel better knowing that he is controlling the information that goes to the president, because I have faith in this particular man.
We all feel a little bit better. What you told me the other day, that because I always feel like, well, but Trump has the nuclear codes, and so if he's so impulsive, if he gets angry, then he blows somebody up, and then we get blown up. And you said no, there are a lot of checks and balances for the nuclear codes.
Also, you have to think of the whole entirety that's staffed around him. I mean, if you want to talk about people he has around him, I mean, Henry McMaster, Mattis, General Mattis, is truly the General Patton of our time. I mean, he's an incredible warrior. If you want to ever feel patriotic, to love the military today, Google some of his quotes about what he said when we invaded Iraq. It'll make you love America all day long. He's an absolute incredible warrior. And these are people President Trump does have in office. So whenever anyone, because I have friends that are like, are we going to nuclear war with North Korea today? And I'm like, let's take a breath. There's a lot of checks and balances needed. There's no like red button on the White House Oval Office.
People really can't do that.
Right, without the military.
What people are afraid of is an accident, that there's a miscommunication because of Trump's big mouth and his twittering obsession.
But I don't think an
that's what
accident
people,
can
not
happen
that there's
without
going
checks
to
and
be
balances.
an actual assault from a country, but that somebody will make a mistake and that Kim Jong-un in his craziness will make this stuff available. But you know who has the hardest job in the White House? Melania. Okay?
Probably.
That poor girl.
But I will say that it's not Trump we necessarily need to worry about. It's Kim Jong-un, because he's a completely irrational international actor. Unlike the great, horrible dictators of our time, like Bashar al-Assad and Vladimir Putin, who still sort of have a semblance of, the politics of being a dictator. Kim Jong-un is an absolute, I think my father calls him a fat kid psychopath, and he's spoiled,
What do you call
completely
him? A
isolated.
fat kid?
I think he called him a crazy fat kid. And then North Korea
He's
sent out a
Rocket Man,
statement.
right?
Rocket Man.
John
Rocket
McCain
Man.
John McCain is a fattest.
Yeah, well, he actually got a lot of pushback from people that were like, don't call him fat. And I was like, he threw his brother to wild dogs to be eaten alive. I think we can call Kim Jong-un fat. I think it's all right.
Then all bets are off on Chris Christie, I guess, huh? Okay. So let's take one more look at the man who holds our fate in his hands as we go to break.
In a few moments, I will sign an executive order taking the first steps to providing millions of Americans with Obamacare relief. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Later, sexual IQ. Will a smart guy be more or less likely to mess around? The ladies are putting their guys to the test. Next week, it's one amazing woman after another hitting our table.
What? I like that.
Dolly, Gabrielle, Julianne, Patty, Nancy Pelosi, and Sheila E. brings down the house.
That's sexy.
Plus, when Woody and Rob face the ladies,
Anything could happen.
Unbelievable.
on The View next week on ABC. Ed,
Whoa, Larry.
Curb Your Enthusiasm star, and Joy's pal Susie Essman. And it's a battle of the BFFs on Views Clues Best Friends Edition.
And we are back. So, as you probably have been following the news this week, the sexual harassment allegations are piling up against Harvey Weinstein. And he gave the paparazzi this message before heading off to sex rehab. Watch.
Guys, I'm not doing okay.
You're not.
I'm trying. I gotta get help, guys. You know what? We all make mistakes. Second chance, I hope. Okay?
So, a mistake is locking your keys in the car.
Yeah.
He's trying to reduce a 20-year reign of sexual terror down to oops, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Is that offensive? I find that offensive to say everybody makes a mistake.
And I want a second chance.
Yeah.
It was really offensive because, one, he's saying, you know, I'm really a sex addict, so I need help in that sense. And I don't believe it's about a sex addiction, because if you know anything about rape and sexual assault, and that's the kind of work that I did at the Justice Department, it's about power and anger towards women. It has nothing to do with sex, really. And so this suggestion somehow that, well, I'm a sex addict and that's why I raped and sexually assaulted and harassed women over a 20-year period is ridiculous.
This is predatory behavior. Even Emma Thompson said it also.
No
but
doubt.
let me ask you something, just for what you said.
Yeah.
So, like, remember there was a scandal with Tiger Woods that he was sleeping with a lot of women?
Yeah.
That's not the same thing.
Well, that would be consensual.
Right. Okay, let's make it clear.
We're talking about non-consensual sexual harassment and assault.
Individual incidents. We heard about we heard the audio of a girl outside a hotel room. There's nothing romantic. There's nothing sexual going on.
Did you hear the power dynamic?
Yes, it's about getting her in the room. Another instance is where he doesn't touch someone at all, but he's blocking a doorway and pleases himself while just looking at the fact that she wants to leave. So there's nothing sexual. There's no intimacy. It's not about
and anger.
Yeah, it's power. It's predatory.
How about the incident with the plant?
That's the same one I'm talking about.
We can't. It's too gross to talk about this early in the morning. But I will say, what's weird is
we call that florophilia.
It came out that in his contract, I totally missed that joke.
Florophilia was the joke. That he was allowed to harass.
It's like the grossest story. It's like that story is like the grossest story. It's gonna make me gag. But in his contract, he was allowed to violate the company's quote code of contact. Basically, if he sexually harassed someone, $250,000 the first instance, $500,000 the second instance. That Harvey, as long as he paid for the sexual harassing, the lawsuits, that it was fine. And I was going to ask you, is that is that
even legal?
That's what I was about to say. I feel like if I went to my lawyer and I was like, so I might sexually harass or rape someone, but if I pay for it, we're good.
You can't contract away crime. I mean, you certainly can't do that, and you can't protect yourself that way. But I wonder, you know, we're learning now that some of the executives knew, that some of the board members knew. I mean, what
seems like everybody knows.
There are a lot of people that were
there's so
complicit in
much
this.
civil exposure there. I really hope that these women get together and sue the pants off of that company and make it bankrupt.
Maybe they should, maybe they need to eliminate confidentiality,
those NDAs,
contracts.
The non-disclosure.
The non-disclosures. Maybe people need to fight to get rid of those.
Said that Rose McGowan says that she was raped by him. I have a question too, and I know that police now in London and New York are investigating him, and regardless of whether he goes to sex rehab, he's probably going to jail. How much time are we looking at?
Well, there's no statute of limitations in New York, by the way, for sex crimes. California now just outdid their statute of limitations as well, and London in the UK has no statute of limitations. So the suggestion, and that's such a wonderful thing.
Is that true on child abuse also?
Oh yes, in many cases, not all. And I'm working for that privately to make sure that child sex abuse cases, there's no statute of limitations. But I think what people are saying is, you know, well, he's not going to be held accountable criminally. I don't think that's true. I mean, I think there are so many women coming forward. If these women come forward in New York now, if they come forward in California, if they come forward in London, he should be behind bars. Shouldn't he?
Sonny, read the legal statement.
Oh, we have, and we have to say this because you're innocent until proven guilty. A spokesperson for Weinstein said any allegations of non-consensual sex are unequivocally denied by Mr. Weinstein. He says he didn't do this.
But in that video, he is not showing any remorse. He doesn't. He's like, you know what? People make mistakes. Rapes happen. Bada bing, bada boom, whatever. And I'm like, you sound like such a moron, and you have no feeling. I mean,
every statement he's come out, he said, I'm going to reclaim my life, with no mention of the victims he's left in his past.
But, you know, again, these men think it's locker room talk. They minimize this type of behavior, and everybody finds it normal after a while. That's what's wrong also.
I like that certain men are coming forward and saying, you know, I have to look within myself because I didn't. There was this rumor going
men
on,
need
and I didn't
consciousness
say
raising
anything
in this area. They need to start
talking to each other. But even some of the men that are coming forward, like Matt Damon is saying, as a father of daughters, well, you don't have to be a parent. You don't have to have a daughter to know that sexual assault is wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I think you would know that.
Okay, let's go. We'll be right back with more on my topic.
The official View store is open 24/7. So for mugs, merch, and more, go to our website, click on the store, and see how good the view looks all over you.
I wanted to know who I am and where I came from. I did my ancestry DNA and I couldn't wait to get my pie chart. The most shocking result was that I'm 26% Native American. I had no idea. Just to know this is what I'm made of, this is where my ancestors came from, and I absolutely want to know more about my Native American heritage. It's opened up a whole new world for me.
Discover the story only your DNA can tell. Order your kit now at AncestryDNA.com.
I love you, basement guest bathroom. Your privacy makes you my #1 place to go #2. I love you, but sometimes you stink. Febreze Air Effects doesn't just mask, it cleans away odors. Because the things you love the most can stink. And try Febreze Small Spaces to clean away odors for up to 30 days. Breathe happy with Febreze.
While expecting, Jennifer discovered that...
Okay, welcome back. So Megan has to make a correction.
I have to make a correction. It was allegedly Kim Jong-un's uncle that was eaten alive by 120 hungry hounds, according to a report from a Chinese paper. But it also could have been a firing squad. More
Not
likely
his brother.
Not
I'm
his
glad
brother, his uncle.
Oh, okay.
So he's still a really bad, crazy dude.
Okay, so here's a funny topic, I guess. I mean, we all know that robots now can clean your house. They can do all sorts of things, mow your lawns. Yeah. They can, program things. Then now there's a case that's asking the question: is it ethical to have sex with a robot? And does it count?
Whoa! Okay, just clap. Look at your neighbors.
Does it count as cheating? I mean, if you...
What does the robot look like? Is it like BB-8?
There was
or are we talking a human?
I think they can make them pretty hot.
I mean, if it looks like your husband's ex, then yeah, that's freaking cheating.
If you watch Westworld on HBO, they are like human looking. You don't know they're robots. I mean, in the movie you do, or in the show you do. But I asked a couple friends, I was polling them, and one of my friends was like, I'd actually just rather have my partner cheat than know he ever has sex with robots.
Well, you know, when you think about it, if they can program a robot to find your G-spot and take out the trash, men are history.
Men become obsolete.
Men are history.
This is a big deal in Japan. Apparently, Japanese sex dolls. Japan is way ahead of us.
But a sex doll is different than a robot.
Well, no, Japanese sex dolls are revolutionizing the global sex market. It's a robotic sex tech. It's designed to offer sexual gratification with a near-human touch. And get this, it costs only between $5,000 and $15,000, but these robots are capable of performing 50 sexual positions.
What?
I didn't know there were that many sexual positions.
How many?
50.
Why do you do the work on that? Because I can't.
50 sexual positions.
And you know, the other story that we were going to talk about today is that a lot of men, not you guys, but a lot of men are giving up on foreplay. So now you program the robot 40 minutes, 50 minutes.
I'm actually okay with that.
You're okay with that?
I'm totally okay.
No,
with that.
they've been trying to do this for centuries. They don't want to work for it at all. In the Midwest, when it's winter, you go warm your car up first. You let it heat up and all the snow comes off. If you want a smooth and safe ride, you're going to stroke a little. Like, you're going to let it know everything works on the inside. Thank you. It's about safety.
Thank you for the car analogy.
Yes.
Megan, have you ever dated a robot? One of the...
I have not, but I've been on dates with political people who I might as well have been on
thinking
dates
Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan.
Sometimes people are so boring and you feel like, no, I never went out with Paul Ryan, but I kind of am sad I missed the boat.
Do you think he's cute?
He's so
I think he's adorable.
You think he's cute?
I think he's like gorgeous, and he wore, but he's in very, his wife is beautiful and lovely, no disrespect to her, and I'm taken, but I love Paul Ryan. But I will say what's weird about the robot subject is that 2/3 of males aged 20 to 61 said they would have sex with a robot. If my man, I found him having sex with a robot, I would burn our house down, that robot would be dead as well, I would leave, it would be over.
They have one singular goal, and they don't care how they get there.
I'm surprised the number's not higher.
For you.
I'm surprised that number's not higher.
The other third are lying.
But wouldn't you
This is what you call a desperate housewife.
But wouldn't you rather that than cheating?
What?
Wouldn't you rather sex with a robot than sex with
catch nanny with a robot than a woman?
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Go to break. Go to break.
Can I have neither?
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Hello, all you viewers. I'm Susie Essman. I'm here to hang with the ladies, and I just want you to know that I am nothing like Susie Green, the character I play on HBO's Curb Your Enthusiasm. And if you think I am, then you're just a idiot. Get what I'm saying?
My BFF Susie Essman is here, and she's not only one of the funniest people in the country, but she's also an integral part of the brilliant HBO series Curb Your Enthusiasm, which recently launched its 9th season. Take a look.
Thank you for your service, bro.
The real heroes are still there, but I appreciate it.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
You have great formation.
And this is our friend Larry.
Hey, nice to meet you.
I'm gonna excuse myself.
Picture.
What's...
You didn't thank him for his service.
Thank you for your service.
I don't need to thank him for his service. You thanked him for his service. Does everybody have to thank him for his service?
We had to cut that up. Please welcome the demure and genteel Susie Essman.
Hard to find a clip. You know, it's hard to find a clip
Hard to find a clean.
where you're not bleeped out. Yeah. But bleeps are funny.
Yeah,
I love bleeps.
Yeah. So you know, Susie, the show was on the air for 8 years, right?
Well, 9 now.
9 now.
Yeah.
But then he went off the air for a little while.
6 years. We had a 6-year hiatus, and then came back.
And then he came back.
Yeah.
So why did he come back? Why do you think?
I think he missed me.
He missed me.
I think he loves getting yelled and screamed at. Larry loves to be yelled at, and nobody in real life was doing it with quite the panache that I was. So he came back.
That's true. Tell us about the phone call you had with him where he asked you to come back.
He never asked me to come back. He just assumes that everybody's coming back. He never asks. He just says, we're coming back. He never says, are you available? He just assumes that we're all good. And guess what? We all show up.
Yes. Well, where are you going to go that's funnier than that?
No, where am I going to be able to yell and scream and curse, and then they pay me?
That's true. you know something? I have to say, Susie was always ahead of her time with swearing and cursing. You know, now you have these girls, Amy Schumer has got a mouth on her, Chelsea Handler, all of these girls, they're out there. Hey, she started this 20 years ago.
I gotta say, I know there's so many fans in the audience. My husband is so thrilled that it's back. Every time I hear him watching the TV down the hallway, a huge belly laugh. I know he's watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. But your character is kind of known for some of her outrageous, outlandish outfits. I think we have some photos or maybe some video.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, so do you
that's not bad.
have any say? Do you have any say in these wardrobe choices? And Joy, as a best friend, do you condone these choices?
Well, no, that's a character. Why would Joy condone it? It's a character.
I just want to know.
The wardrobe, Leslie Schilling this season, and prior to that it was Christina Mangini, and they gather up everything they could possibly find that's outrageous, and then we have like a 5-hour fitting where we laugh the entire fitting. We laugh because we put together these outfits, and every now and then we'll put together a crazy outfit, and I'll go on the set, and Larry will just look at me and go, you look insane. You've gone too far, you look insane. And then I have to change.
Well, you are known, as we've mentioned, for the angry outbursts and the cursing.
Right.
Who do you get your inspiration from when you are in that mode?
Let me think. Who could possibly make me that angry? Could it be someone in the White House, perhaps?
Don't look at me.
You know, it depends on where I'm at. For years ago, I had teenage kids. That was easy, you know. And now I just use the person that was not elected to the White House.
Yeah, but you're also on Comedy Central's Broad City, which is an incredibly popular show as well. Are you coming back?
The episode is, I think it's November 8th. And, you know, I play Alana's mom, and Fran Drescher is playing my sister in this episode. It's great. It's a great episode. Yeah. Oh, there I am with my husband, Bob Balaban, in that clip.
Nice. Yeah. That show is so political, and it really resonates with pop culture. Why do you think it's so successful?
Well, I think it's what Joy was saying before. I mean, when she said I was before my time, I feel like Abby and Alana are just the outgrowth of everything that Joy and I were doing for years in comedy. And now they have permission in a way that we didn't.
That's right.
To be so outrageous and so funny. It's
outrageous only works if you're really funny. It's not just about outrage. And they're really funny, and they're such dedicated, hard-working women. I mean, I just have tremendous admiration for them.
People always want to know how we got to where we got. Like, you have this great job at Curb. And Larry David saw you on a roast. And on
Jerry
Comedy
Stiller.
Central, right?
Jerry Stiller roast.
And it was a Jerry Stiller roast.
Yeah.
But you were roasting Trump, I thought. Was that a different
that was a different roast.
But on this roast, you were roasting Jerry Stiller. We have a clip. We had to cut it.
No, is this the Jerry Stiller one or the Trump one?
Oh, this is the Trump roast. I'm sorry.
Can I just say that you only roast the ones that you love or are indifferent to? And at that time, I was indifferent.
To Trump?
Yes.
Yeah,
this was pre-birther. I wouldn't have done it post-birther.
Pre-caveat. Okay, let's watch a clip. Let's see.
Comedy Central roast they did of him, you could, I believe it's Anthony Jeselnik said you could ask any question except making fun of his wealth, about him not being as wealthy. Did you have any rules about what you couldn't roast him on?
No, but this was not televised, that roast. They just taped it. And it was a long time ago. He wasn't that, it was just at the beginning of The Apprentice, so I don't remember the year. So there wasn't, he was actually much more gracious than I thought he would be.
He's taken a turn for the worse.
Yeah.
What happened?
That's what huge ratings will do.
When he came on the show, when we first met him, he was very amiable in a way. I mean, you see him smiling. You barely see him smile or laugh anymore. He's
never see him laugh.
As much as I love talking about Trump, Susie, I hear there's a particular excerpt about Trump from Joy's new book called The Great Gas Bag that you're going to do a dramatic reading.
Oh,
we're going to hear it work.
And this is coming out just in time for Christmas gifts, I might add, for all of you people, or Thanksgiving. And this is an excerpt about Trump being a cartoon character, which you would think would be lovable, but not. So let's go. M is for Magoo. When I was a little girl, Mr. Magoo was one of my favorite Saturday morning cartoons. Magoo was a little old man who wore glasses with triple thick Coke bottle lenses, but was basically blind. Every week he would drive all over town, almost crashing his car or driving off a cliff. Even though he couldn't see anything, he always came away unscathed. Everyone around him, however, was scared to death and in constant peril. Yet Magoo kept right on driving, knocking things over everywhere he went. Now with Trump, I think life is imitating art. If you replace the glasses with bad hair and tiny hands.
Is she going to do the audio version of your book?
Well, that was one of the cleaner versions of the book also.
We had other ones picked out, but legal said we couldn't do
No. Coming out next week. Okay, enough playing nice. These bitches are going down now, and Susie and I team up to destroy them in a game of Views Clues, Best Friends Edition, with host Mark Summers right after this.
Fun fact.
Anyone who's missing summertime, here's some really good news. Fall is the best season for sex. In the fall, everyone smells better.
True. Summer's sweaty. Our air conditioning is not good, so if you're rubbing up against another hot body...
Exhibit A.
We got pregnant in the spring, Joy. Oh, baby. Anything goes on The View.
To another edition of Views Clues. Today, best friends are teaming up to battle it out. But first, let's welcome our returning host, game show legend, Mark Summers.
Good to see you.
So, Mark, before we get started, there's a new documentary out about your life. It's called On Your Mark.
Right.
Which I really love the title. We've watched you on TV for so long. Will we learn anything new about you?
Yeah, I kind of let everything out, so to speak, and talk about the trials and tribulations, everything from Nickelodeon to Food Network and overcoming obstacles. And we're in Philadelphia tonight at 9 o'clock, and we go to Austin and Baltimore and Chicago. And go to your website, find out everything about it.
Oh, we're going to learn some stuff about him.
Mark, are you ready to get started?
I'm all ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right. Let's play Views Clues, and here's how it works. Each team will play 2 30-second rounds trying to guess as many words as they can based on the clues provided by their teammates. Now, the categories will change and were chosen specifically for you and your best friend. All right. The winners won't go away empty-handed. Virginia, why don't you tell them what they're playing for?
Thanks, Mark. Now the best besties will go home with these priceless Best Friend Locket trophies made out of 100% foam core and sprayed in shimmering platinum aerosol paint. Wait a minute, really? That's what you get if you win? Okay, back to you, Mark.
Thank you so much. All right, let's meet our best friends. First up, the darling and deafening duo, Joy and Susie, team City Sisters. Here they are. Next up, 2 great moms and bad mothers, Sarah and Paula, the sassy sidekicks. And finally, proof that opposites attract, Megan and her BFF, Clay Aiken. Who knew, right? The partisan pals. Okay, City Sisters, your first category is scandalous politicians who are always a gift for comedians like you guys. So, Joy, you're going to be giving Susie the clues. And your 30 seconds starts now.
Okay. He had that Rice girl sit on his lap, and then he lost the election. His first name rhymes with Mary. Okay, never mind.
Whatever.
Oh, these are hard. Okay, this other sleazeball went on the Appalachian Trail. Remember him?
Oh, yeah, the one from Virginia, down. I forgot his name.
His first name rhymes with dark.
It's Mark.
Yeah, but what's the second name?
Go the other way.
Pick up from the front. You're taking our time up, Sonny.
Okay, I want 5 extra seconds.
Yeah, she gets 5 extra seconds.
You know what?
She should.
Sanford and Gary Hart. Of course, Gary Hart.
Put 20 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
20 seconds.
All right.
She went the wrong
Okay, ready, go.
Oh, here, he was the president who had a date with Monica Lewinsky.
Clinton.
Okay, he was the guy who showed his penis on the internet. Okay, this guy was impeached and had to resign in disgrace back in the 70s.
Nixon.
Right. Forget this one, boy. This one is the president.
Blagojevich.
This one is the president now, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, this guy's overweight and he was the governor. He is still
Christie.
is. Yeah. And this guy, he had a girlfriend too, but he used to wear crazy socks when he had sex.
All right, 5 is what you have. We're going to move right away to the sassy sidekicks. You're up next. I know. Okay, since you two are notorious for finding a way to steer a hot topic towards the bedroom, your category is Dirty Minds Think Alike, which are words that sound dirty, but are not. Sarah's given the clues. Clock starts right now. Go.
You might look at the UPS man and say, nice
Box?
He brought a package. Thank you. This is what you used to open wine.
A corkscrew?
Yep. This is a planet.
Uranus!
When you play Atari, you use this.
A controller. A joystick.
This is where Tom Cruise resided in Top Gun.
Pass.
In the airplane. In the actual plane.
In the plane. The cockpit!
They got it. Tied 5-5. Okay. Ending round 1 will be the partisan pals. Since each of you are opposite sides of the political fence, your category is things that are red and blue. Megan, you're given the clues. Your 30 seconds starts right now.
Sesame Street, Tickle Me.
Elmo.
A big blue loves sweets. Eating.
Cookie Monster?
Yes. There's no place like home shoes.
Ruby Slippers?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't. The hot guy is riding it to put out fire.
Fireman, fire truck.
Okay. That's okay. I hate this. I don't. I'm sorry. You put it on your nose.
Clown nose.
Yes.
All right, time is up.
Okay. Sorry.
Susie, we're going right to you.
Okay.
All right, you guys are tied with sassy sidekicks, and your category is funny friends. 30 seconds
Funny
go.
friends. My boss. You said big boss
Larry
here.
David.
Can we talk?
Joan Rivers.
Big Chin Tonight Show.
Jay Leno.
Moderator of this show Monday through Thursday.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Real Time.
Bill Maher.
A Fang.
Phyllis Diller.
Neurotic on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
You.
Or no. Our good friend.
Neurotic on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David.
No.
Jeff Garland.
Great at roasts.
Jeff Ross.
Yes. Senator.
All right, you guys have 12. Sassy sidekicks are up next. Sarah, you're from Iowa. Paul is from Michigan. The category is hits close to the Midwest
More
world.
than 30 seconds.
No, they didn't.
Okay? Because you had 50 seconds.
Relax, 30 seconds.
No, we didn't.
Go.
Okay. Go. Okay, this is a game. You throw a little bean bag into a hole.
Oh my God, cornhole?
Yes. My favorite baseball team.
Keep going, keep going.
My favorite baseball team.
I have no idea.
Chicago Cubs. Yes, you love me. We go to these places and eat really junky food in the summertime, and they have rides.
Fairs.
Yes, fairs. Okay. This is a famous race car race in John's hometown of Indiana.
Oh, the Indianapolis 500.
Yes. Well, I put this on my buffalo wings ridge.
Okay.
That's it.
You only got... You got 9. Okay, you got to get 8 to tie, 9 to win. Partisan pals are getting treated to some guy candy. Clay told us that Megan and him have completely opposite taste in men. You're going first, Clay. Go. 30 seconds.
He's Spanish. I don't even know what he's in. No. He was in No Country for Old Men.
Javier Bardem.
Yes. Indiana Jones.
Harrison Ford.
Yes. You said him a second ago. You think he looks like your
Javier Bardem.
No, you think he looks like
Alfred Molina.
Yes. He's also Latino. Zorro.
Benicio del Toro.
No. Also tall.
He was married to Melanie Griffith.
Yes, he was.
Antonio Banderas.
Yes. He throws phones at people. He was.
Russell Crowe.
Yes. He's Scottish. He was.
All right, we come back. We're going to tell you who the winner is. Stay tuned. More of The View coming up right after